Well, good evening. It is 5 o'clock, and we want to welcome you to the January 8th, 2026, which seems really odd to say that, called meeting, board meeting, and I want to welcome you that are watching online as well. With that, Madam Superintendent, I will give you the floor.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. First item on the agenda is to approve the agenda, so I make the recommendation to approve as presented here.
Board, I need a motion to approve the agenda.
So moved.
Thank you, sir. Do I have a second?
I'll second that.
Thank you, sir. Any discussion? All in favor by raised hand? It is unanimous.
Thank you. Dr. Ramsey is going to share his school happenings for the first semester here, and I'd just like to say I'm proud of all of our schools. I'm very proud of our high school and the culmination of all the stuff that the kids do from their years of effort, and I want to commend Dr. Ramsey for always giving teachers and administrators that came before the children got in high school credit for their foundational experience.
Thank you very much, Board, Madam Superintendent. I invite you all to settle in. If you got popcorn, maybe break it out, because this is going to be a while. You know, that's a good problem to have. It is going to be a while because we got a lot of stuff going on and a lot of stuff to be very proud of with the work that our teachers and our students are doing. So I'm going to spend some time talking about them. First thing I want to do is introduce you to our new folks. And you know, at this point in the year, they're not new anymore, but it's kind of like NBC TV. It's new to you, you know, if you hadn't seen it before. So first, Abigail Hughes came to us, and she's working in social studies. Andrea Cook came to us from East Fannin, and she's doing our CTI. Eric Wood is an addition to our SRO staff. He's hit the ground running, doing a fantastic job. Jennifer Sims is working for us as a paraprofessional, as is Mackenzie Moreland. Logan Daves came back home. We stole him from Toombs County. We're glad to get him back, and he's working in physical education as well as helping coach football and wrestling. Madison Mitchum is working with us as a paraprofessional. Randy Richardson is working with us in nutrition. Maria Correa is working with us as a custodian, and then Tina Merrill is working with us with our visually impaired student. What do you think? Thanks. Quit on me? Oh, too far. Back one. There we go. And then Valerie Reese just joined us as our nutrition manager this semester, and then Emma Buchanan is working for us in the office, and then Carson Collis as a paraprofessional. And a lot of these students are, I'll just let you drive, Ms. Collis, if you're able to. A lot of these people are coming to us are former students from Fannin County, and that's great to get our kids back home and working for us because it has a special meaning to them. You know, so we're always glad to get them in here, and a lot of these are teaching and coaching for us, so we're very, very happy for them. And this is our first day back, and as you can see, our seniors designed some pants there that they wore the first day back, and so this was you know, we were welcoming them all back. So it's always exciting to get your kids back in the building. You know, I work most of the summer, and the summer really does drag out because the kids aren't there, and you know, that's why we do what we do, so it's always exciting to get them back. Last time, Ms. Collis and Dr. Roof touched on our CCRPI stuff. And I'm going to talk about it again because I'm so proud of the work that our teachers have done and the hard work that our students have put in to achieve this. You know, there's a lot that goes into this, you know, from our teachers, our support staff, the work that the students put in. So, you know, we talked last time about, you know, that same mentality, that same We Are Fannin mentality that we've got on the athletic courts and in the CTSOs and all that. That's got to be in the classroom too. We got to be competitive in the classroom, right? I mean, our kids have got to get after it in the classroom. Our teachers have got to get after it in the classroom. So we've got to have that same mentality, and we're on a great path right now. In every single category, all 5 of them, we exceeded state average. All 5 of them. And what I'm particularly proud of is for the second year in a row, we're above pre-COVID levels. You know, in education, we say pre-COVID, post-COVID. It's a big deal, right? And the reason it's a big deal is because so many of our kids, you know, we all went home at the end of that one year, but then that next year we had 275 kids who took the online option. And then the following year we had that modified where if they had medical reasons, they took that online option. You cannot replace a teacher in the classroom. You can't do it. So getting those kids back in the building And this goes all the way down, right? It's not just us. I mean, it's the work that the middle schools put in, that the elementary schools put in to get them ready as they come to us and to exceed that pre-COVID level. So very, very proud of the fact that we've recovered that lost instruction for these kids. Very proud of that. And then as you can see, content mastery overall, we're exceeding the state average and is back to pre-COVID levels. Progress exceeded state average, closing the gaps exceeded state average, readiness exceeded state average, and graduation rate exceeded state average. But the thing I love about our teachers is they're not satisfied. Nobody's sitting back saying, okay, we're there. Because we're not there, right? Until we're at 100 on every one, we're not there. So that desire to continue to get better, to continue to provide those opportunities for our students to be better and be successful, that is there. And that's what I love about our faculty and the work that they put in. And then some things that we do throughout the year to give our kids some opportunities. We have Mega Test Day, and that was on October 8th this year. And that's for all our juniors to take the ASVAB and our sophomores to take the PSAT. They can knock it out, get it out of the way, so they don't have to worry about scheduling it themselves or doing it at different times throughout the year. So that's something we started 4 years ago, I think now. And we're able to carry that on and give our students the opportunity to take these tests that prepare them for steps down the road. And then Veterans Day. And guys, this is the thing that I'm probably the most proud of that we do all year, right? And 15 years ago, when I came to Fannin County to start working, I was blown away by the Veterans Day program and the respect that our community and that our kids give our veterans, and rightly so. The thing I love about our program is it's all our kids. It's our band playing. It's our kids serving veterans when they go to eat. It's our kids talking and introducing. I just love the respect and the admiration and the honor that our kids pay our veterans. So one of the favorite things that probably the favorite thing that we do all year. One, because of what it means, and two, because it's all kid driven. And then dual enrollment. We have a very strong dual enrollment program. You know, that's a slippery slope. There's got to be a balance there, right? Because if they're there, they're not in our seats, you know. But we want our kids to have that opportunity because they do earn that dual credit. They earn that college credit and they earn the high school credit, and then they don't have to pay for it, right? So it can be financially beneficial to them as well as academically beneficial. We're trying to make sure that we've got a good balance there, but we want to make sure that our kids are getting those opportunities to be able to take those courses if they want to and if it's something that fits their future, right? Everybody's not going to go to college. Some are going to get straight to the workforce and make a whole lot more money than I ever thought about making. Some are going to go into the military. But if this fits their future plans, we want them to have that opportunity. And then work-based learning. Obviously, this is a great opportunity for our kids because they can earn high school credit and go to work and make some money. And we employ some of them within the school district that help us out, and then they go out. 85 students are enrolled. We have 71 employers. One of the neat things we have right now is we have one student on the entrepreneurship pathway. He's got his own business. He just graduated at Christmas, and his business is pickleball. And he's an outstanding pickleball player, but he's turned that into a business. He has sponsors through his social media stuff. He's got sponsors when he goes to play in these tournaments, and he makes money from this because of the sponsorships when he goes and plays in tournaments. So he gets a monthly income. So that's what he's going to do. That's his career goal. Now, who would have ever thought that pickleball could make you a living? I mean, I played pickleball in high school in PE. I didn't think you could ever make money off of it. And it's become a huge thing. And I wouldn't be surprised to see GHSA put it in as a sport. But he's making money off of it, and he's very good. He dominated our homecoming tournament. He blew everybody away. But he goes to these tournaments on the weekends and just dominates. So he's making money playing pickleball. And then we had our spooky academic night, the Halloween themed, obviously because of the time it was. And that's when our different classes set up experiments. You know, we have our folks come in that bring the snakes and do different things. And it's a way for our kids, elementary kids, middle school kids, to come in and see our high school kids conducting science experiments and doing different things. We had a great turnout this time, partly because we did some trick-or-treating too, so we were giving away candy. But that was hosted by the high school, and Sabrina Howard's actually the one that, it's kind of her brainchild. She started it, and other people have jumped in and helped her out, and there's a lot of work goes into it. But our kids love it because they get to conduct these experiments, and the younger kids get to come and take part. And we married that to Fall Parent Night. This is one of our Title I requirements that we have to do. And this is, again, did things like, are you smarter than a high school student, so you could test your math and language skills, learn about affordable college options, and different things like that. So different opportunities for parents to come in. We had North Georgia there, some other, North Georgia Tech that were there to give parents information. One of the things that we hear a lot is sometimes parents just don't know what's out there. They just don't know the path to get their kid in college or the path to take those next steps. So we try to provide as many opportunities, as many informational sessions as we can so that they can come and find out what's going on and what's the best path for their students. So we had these folks there to help out with that. At the same time, we had the Spooky Science Night. And then we do Apply to College Day. And this is where colleges will waive their application fees a lot of times. So we have representatives from different colleges come and help students fill out their college applications. That's one of the difficult things to get kids to do is to fill out their applications. And so we have this day, bring them into the media center. We have people there to help them fill out their college applications. And like I said, a lot of times waive that application fee. So that's another opportunity to give our students to kind of get ahead of the game and try to take a little bit off parents of having to constantly pressure them to fill out those applications. And then CTI. Doc introduced Ms. Cook to you earlier. The things they're doing. These are our career technical students, special ed students that we're trying to get them out, get them involved with voc rehab, do the different things that can lead to careers for them down the road. And she's hit the ground running, done a great job. Went to Fall Leadership Conference for the first time, and we have now over 100 students who've signed up for the voc rehab services. And then building community. One of the things that I'm so proud of, we talk about We Are Fannin all the time, and it's the truth. Our high school students love to go out. They love to go to the middle school, love to go back to the elementary schools, especially the elementary schools that they went to, the seats that they sat in, and help. You know, with whether it's helping with Thanksgiving, whether it's going back to read to elementary students, whatever the opportunity is, our high school students are always jumping all over it because they love the opportunity to get back and interact with those kids. And I promise you, our high school seniors, the favorite thing they do is that graduation walkthrough. I mean, they absolutely love it because they go back, you'll see pictures of them, they'll go back and play on the playground for a while and do different things. And our elementary school and middle schools do a great job of having having snacks for them and doing different activities for them and cheering them on. So it's tremendous participation, and they love it. They start asking about March. Are we still having that? Are we still doing that? Because they want to make sure that they're getting to go back and do that. So very thankful for the community and the family atmosphere that exists in this district. And then coffee with the counselors. This is another thing, information sessions that senior parents and junior parents can come in and meet with our counselors and kind of get answers to those questions. What scholarships are available? When does my kid need to apply for this? When does my kid need to take this test? Take the SAT, take the ACT, do the different things that you have to do to get ready for college. And so we have those coffee with a counselor sessions where they just sign up and do those things. And again, that's something else. That was the brainchild of Dawn Heaton. And she said, see, I'm just surrounded by really good people, really smart people, and they do good stuff. So I guess that's my gift. I get good people around me. But this was her, and she got this set up, and been 3 years ago now, and it has taken off, and we have a big participation in that too. But again, just information session for parents. I won't go deep into CTAE because we'll have that session later, I'm sure. Y'all know how awesome our CTAE program is. All the many successes that they have. And just as impressive is all the work that they put in and all the places that they go. And you can see here the different things that have happened in the first semester. Now, this is one semester we're talking about here. You know, we've already got stuff going on this semester. This is one semester we're talking about here, and the things that have gone on here, and the different successes that we've had both individually and team. From the boat races to the electric car races to the lithium battery, all the different things that our CTSA people do, and they go off to these different places and they compete against the state level, against the national level, and they show out. I mean, I'm just so proud of the work that our kids do and what it leads to, right? Because these kids are going on and, they're 1-2 years out of high school and they're making all this money and And they always let us know, you know. And then you're thinking, okay, I chose wrong. I made a mistake back about 40 years ago because they're really doing great. Just very proud of that. You can see here our FFA went to Indianapolis and the work that they did there. 73,000 attendees at this convention, and we were there. You know, we were there to take part and to do all the different things that went on there. And then HOSA went to the Fall Leadership Conference. And again, you're talking about competing at the state level, competing at national level, but just working so hard and putting in so much time because this is something that they love. And a big reason they love it is because of the people we have leading it, the teachers we have, the work they're doing with those kids and the time they're putting in. And our Best Buddies program, most outstanding high school chapter of the year in the state of Georgia. Entire state. That guy standing right there in the middle. I don't even know his name, but he's over it. And he sent me a letter talking about how, I guess I read all the way down to where he signed his name because I can't remember his name, but he sent a letter talking about how amazing our Best Buddies program was. And you can see there all of the things that they do. And this is just getting our kids out. Our kids work together to get some of our special ed kids out and taking part in what goes on in the community, what goes on in the school. And they absolutely love it. So, to have the right here in Fannin County, best chapter in the state. That's awesome. And then homecoming, this parade just continues to amaze me. We're doubled up. We're passing one way and we're still going on the other street down here because of all the different floats and there's some awesome floats. The word that goes into those floats. I know daddies are up 2 or 3 nights before putting these floats together so that these kids can have these. And we've got such great participation. Our elementary schools and middle school jumped right in when we started it, and they participated. And now, it's expanded into different groups and different clubs and different teams, and everybody wants to be in it now. Mm-hmm. And it's just such a great feeling of community. And this year, after we had it, I was in the gym the next morning. I had a couple parents come up and say, that right there is exactly why we moved to Fannin County. That kind of community, that kind of feel is exactly why we wanted our kid going to school in Fannin County. So that's something that really makes you feel good when you hear that kind of stuff. And then our band. Our band is amazing. Go ahead and flip to the next slide. Look at all they do. All they do. They have got to be exhausted. Absolutely exhausted, because you look at and this is, again, fall events. And you're going to meet some of our band members in the next meeting if we get finished up with this one. I don't know. I'm on a roll, so y'all just kind of hold on. But look at all the different things that they do, all the work that goes in. And I've always just been very impressed with the band, because that's something I could never do. I can play a radio, and that's about it. You get past that, and you're outside my expertise. But they do all these different things, the parades, the competitions that they go to, the different playoff games they have to go to, and that's in addition to performing every Friday night. And then as you can see there at the bottom, they've been invited to perform at Dublin, Ireland at the International New Year's Festival in 26, 27. I may have to be a chaperone on that trip. Make sure everything goes okay. Might need some of y'all to go too. But just very impressed with the band, and you can see their superior ratings. Just very impressed with them and the work that they put in, and Mr. Davis and his staff, and the work that they put in to get these kids ready and get them competing and get them to the level they need to be. And then our drama. I've been very proud of our drama, how inclusive they are. When we went through the interview process this year, as we hired Ms. Young to do the drama teaching position, I said, what's a drama kid to you? She said, every kid's a drama kid to me. And that's exactly the attitude you got to have. Mm-hmm. I mean, you got Ms. Coss sitting here. Her boys were state champion in wrestling, played football, and both had leads in the spring musical at one time or another. So every kid is a drama kid. Every kid can do drama. Every kid can act. Not every kid can sing, but every kid can act. And a lot of them can sing. So we've got some very talented kids. And our drama program has become so inclusive with who all we include. So just very proud of the work that Ms. Young has come in. She's hit the ground running, doing an awesome job. And we had some of our actors that made the all-region cast for one act, and I think we'll be having them in at a later date to meet y'all, and so we can honor them. And they've already announced their spring musical. That's Anastasia, and then they did the 25 class production was Yes, Virginia, There Was a Santa Claus. That was a cute play. And then we're going to put on a play for our 4th and 5th elementary students. Going to have them over. And you know, that's a way you build your program. You know, you get your younger kids over there, get them watching, get them excited about it, and then they want to be a part of it when they get to the high school. So we're also doing a play for our 4th and 5th grade students this year, so and including some of this. And then I'll go over athletics. You've seen most of these here, but I want to go ahead and make sure that we hit on that too. For the 8th year in a row, our football team made the state playoffs. That's a very impressive run. I don't know if y'all know it or not, but Coach Cheatham's retiring, and we're having to hire a new football coach. I don't know if y'all had any.
I haven't
anybody
heard about that.
Hadn't heard about that?
Dr. Ramsey, no.
So we're currently in the process of hiring a new football coach, but very, very thankful for the work that Coach Cheatham put in and the job he did. And he said 8 years in a row making state playoffs. That's a pretty impressive run. And then obviously made some runs into the state playoffs and won 3 region championships. So very proud of our football program and the job they did, and especially the job Coach Cheatham did. And in softball, this year, back-to-back state playoff appearances. First time that's happened in a while. They had a good regular season record and then made it in the state playoffs again. So very proud of them. And they did that with, I think, 3 seniors. So very proud of them and the job that they did. Volleyball made it to the Elite 8 again for the 2nd time in a row. And they went on the road and beat the number 9 team and the number 8 team in the state. So that's very impressive. And they went down there and beat the number 1 team in the state 1 game and got us all excited. So just very impressed and proud of the job that they did. Cheerleading, our cheerleaders work really hard. They cheer football, they cheer basketball, and they qualified to go down to their GHSA started something called Game Day Cheer, and they met the requirements to go down and compete at the state competition in Columbus, Georgia. So a lot of work and a lot of time goes into that. So very proud of those young ladies and their coaches. And then flag football, and you're going to meet them here in just a little bit, so I won't say a lot. But region champions, record of 12-4, and they don't get to play against schools the same size as them. Our only losses this year were to 6A schools. So when there's enough in the state where we can classify it like other sports are classified, it wouldn't surprise me to hang a few banners in that one too, because they had a great season. Our 3rd year of existence, and we're region champs, and then made it to the Sweet 16. So very proud of that team and their coaches. And like I said, you'll meet them here in just a little bit if we get through with this meeting. Cross country region champs, both of them region champs. The 6th straight year for girls to be region champs. 6th straight year for the boys to either be region champs or region runner-up. Girls 3rd place state finish, boys state runner-up. If our boys had been in 3A, they would have been state champions. So it's one of the times being in a lower classification hurt us. Just the work that goes into running, because you know most of that there's not people, there's nobody in the stands, you know, there's nobody cheering for you. You're out there in the woods somewhere running, and that motivation, a lot of it has to be intrinsic, and our coaches do a great job of motivating our kids and getting them to that point. But I really truly believe that Fannin County cross country has become the standard in North Georgia. I mean, you'd be hard pressed to find a school that could match a 6 straight year region championship run. I mean, that'd be difficult to do. So I think that they have become the standard for North Georgia. And with that comes the accolades for the coaches. So Miranda Roof was the cross country coach of the year, the Georgia Athletic Coaches Association coach of the year, as was Dawson King in flag football. And then the assistant coaches of the year, Lucas Roof in cross country, and then Taylor Collis and Carson Collis in flag football. So that's a direct result of the success they had and the work that they put in to prepare our athletes to get there. And then our student section, you know, they're creative. They're a creative bunch. And they do a great job of supporting our kids. Every now and then have to rein them in just a little bit. But they're so creative in what they do. I mean, the ESPN booth, they're just so creative, and their Christmas pajamas there. And so very proud of our students and how they show up and support our other students. And as you see there, most of those guys right there are football players. because they know that most of those right there are basketball players or something else that have showed up to support them. So our kids supporting each other is something that really means a lot, and I'm really proud of, and that's why we put this in there. And then this means a ton. Athletes supporting athletes. Our athletes always go over and help with Special Olympics, and it's probably one of their favorite things that they do, because they get to go over there and they coach them up and they help them, and it means a lot to both. It means a lot to the ones that go over and help. It means a lot to our special athletes. So just very proud of our kids and the compassion and love that they show for each other. And it's apparent in everything we do. So very proud of that. And then SPLOST. We always thank SPLOST, and rightly so. We were able to do a lot of facelifts on the gym, the Coach Johnny Farmer Fannin County High School gym. That we were able to name, and had to even spend a little money to get that named like that. So, but we were able to give a facelift to that, do the trophy cases, and redo the floor. Hadn't been a lot of money put in the new gym, so we wanted to make sure. The thing I'm really proud of about this trophy case is the only trophies that are in there are either region trophies or state trophies. There's no Taco Bell championships in there. There's none of that stuff. Those have been given to the coaches, but these are all either region or state level trophies. So we filled up a whole wall of a trophy case with region and state level trophies. And our state championship trophies aren't in there. They're in that case as you come in the door. So that speaks to the level of success that our athletes have had. So I'm just very thankful that we were able to put something in place that gave that the right kind of showcase. And then just I think one more, and then this obviously is what's going on out there. I'm sure Mr. Dan will have a lot of pictures for you in the next meeting, but very thankful for this, and everybody that comes to visit is just blown away by what our facilities are going to be when these open. So very thankful for SPLOST, obviously, and thankful for the leadership of this board and our district leadership that allow these kind of things to happen. That's all I got. Sorry.
Psych.
Evolve and safety. This, and you can see there, we're getting them through there quick. And we have 4 different locations where Evolve and all of our students, if they change buildings, they go through Evolve. And I can't tell you how many parents, and not just our parents who visit, like if they come to a game, I'm so thankful y'all do that. I wish our school would do it. I wish our district would do it. And again, that speaks to the commitment of safety that the board has, commitment of safety that the district has, and the willingness to invest in that commitment. So we're standing here, we're walking our kids through that. Kids don't say anything. They've got it down pat, I mean, we have to search one every now and then, but it's for something like a glasses case, or, something will set it off, like a compact, the makeup stuff, something like it's never anything mean, it's just stuff like that. And so our kids have done a great job adjusting to it, and just very thankful for that, and very thankful that safety is such a priority here. Now I'm done.
Dr. Ramsey, if you don't mind, I'd like to take a moment to publicly thank your faculty and staff, admin team, and all the faculty and staff and admin team in every school that since this was implemented, we have had people to step up and volunteer and choose to add additional duties and responsibilities to themselves in order to make sure that operates appropriately.
Absolutely, absolutely. There has been total buy-in, it feels like, community. And again, that just shows the commitment to keeping each other safe. That's the most important thing we do. Our job is to educate, but the most important thing we do is to make sure your kids come home to you at the end of the day. So that's something that we take very seriously. So thankful for stuff like that, and the community support, and just, again, goes back to that, we are Fannin, and we definitely feel like family. And when we did our new, what do you call them?
Evaluation?
No, the things we do. What is it? Our mission and vision. Mission and vision.
You gotta give me
We've
some
done a
later.
lot for you lately.
I know. That's- I'm fried. I'm sorry. We did our mission and vision, and we had high school students come over and take part in it. They were the ones that requested we put family in it. We didn't have it in, and they requested it because they said, because it does feel like a family. So that's what we strive for every day, is so our kids feel a part of it and feel like a family. Any questions?
Give him your best shot.
No, just, the part that really stood out to me is that best buddies. Because I know you're giving accolades to the teachers, those that are there, but I've had the opportunity to be around them when the bus driver and the nurse, and they know so much about every one of them. Stuff you wouldn't expect a bus driver probably to know, but they've invested themselves in to make sure that they're acclimated in whatever environment they're in. It just blew me away the couple of times I've been around that. So kudos to them and what they do. That's awesome.
It's hard to say thank you for everything you guys done. Y'all have been busy, I know that. But thank you to you and your staff for everything you've done.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I appreciate you guys making that a family atmosphere because not everybody gets that even at home. Some of those students don't even get it at home. So, man, it's a big deal. And I feel it when I come in up there. And I love it.
Yeah, we
Thank
appreciate you do a lot. And the high school's had so much success in so many ways, and y'all do a great job of it's so vast. All areas are covered, and that's a big deal. It's not just one area or the other, so it's very much appreciated.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Board. Now I would like to invite Ms. Lauren Payne and Mr. Mark Young forward to give a brief update on the targeted support and improvement process and success.
Emphasis on free for emphasis. I'm the only thing standing between you and me. March 13th of last year, I stood here with Dr. Connie Huff, and we told you guys where we were. And I remember her handing me the microphone, and I told you what we were going to do. And I'm here tonight to tell you that we did it. So we carried through with exactly what we said we were going to do. I'd like to introduce a few folks. We have some folks with us tonight from school. We invited the whole faculty, but my faculty is very young. They either have babies or soccer players or whatever. So Miss Lisa Taylor, Sean Butler, and Laura Babcock are with us, two special ed teachers, and my assistant who I couldn't live without. So I have real brief slides here, got 8 slides. The first one, and I want to emphasize this, we are pulling each other up. We're not trying to push anybody or anything like that. When we reach the top, we want to turn around and pull those folks up, and that's important to me. That is the most efficient and best way to do things. Sometimes we think we can just push people, but sometimes we need to show them what success looks like and pull them up. So we chose that graphic as kind of our motto for this last year that we've been through. I'm going to run through the numbers really quick, and these are just for our students with disabilities. In 2024, and these are content mastery scores. Basically, they're raw. This is raw data with a formula put in there. These are percentages, but 79.41 in 2024, lowest level, level 1. 2025, we made that 58.54. A lot of those guys moved from level 1 to 2, as you can see. It was 8.82. We moved up to 31.71. And level 3 looks like it went down, but that's because we moved some of those level 3 kids up to a level 4. And again, these are students with disabilities. Sorry. Next slide, please. And our math, very similar. We did focus on reading and language arts, but as you can see, we also focused on students. We had a great increase in math as well. Again, look at the level 3s to the level 4s. We have students with disabilities scoring at a level 4, and I'm very proud of that. Progress is kind of a calculation of how students scored when you compare them to other students that scored similarly in the past. And this score in ELA in 24 had a 78, 25, an 84.14. That means that they're outrunning the people that are in their same peer group. Math, 73.97 to 100. You can't do any better than that. So in that peer group, and the people that scored similarly in 24 and 2025, we outran them. So I'm very proud of our teachers for that. And students. And of course, closing the gaps, we get a green flag with a star in it is the best and red is the worst. So 2024 students that did not make progress on anything or make their target, but in 2025, we met our learning target and we made progress. In math, there was no baseline score in 24. Dr. Roof can explain that to you sometime when he has time. And 2025, we met the learning target and we moved forward for that. Readiness is just a component that talks about how many students are reading on level, and it's got a few other components, attendance, but this is the part that I wanted to highlight. Our scores in 2024 indicated that only about 18% of our kids with students with disabilities were reading on level. We raised that in 2025 to nearly 32%. And of course, I'm going to tell you in just a minute, we're not content with that. We're moving forward, but that's tremendous. When you have students with disabilities, 32% of them are reading at or above grade level. So how do we do it? That's the question. And where are we going from here? In general, it was progression. I am so proud of our faculty and staff because we didn't point fingers. We didn't stop and say, oh no, this is terrible, what are we going to do? We didn't throw our hands up and quit. We saw where we were and we moved forward. And that's my mentality, and they took that mentality on, and I'm so glad that we all did that together. Not only that, but our district was the same way. Our district personnel, Dr. Connie Huff, basically she and I talked, and we're not going to look around and say, all right, here's how we got here. We could talk about that all day, but here's how we're going to fix the problem. And we talked about fixing it not just for a year, but for long term, which you'll see in a minute. We did it collaboratively. It was a group effort. Every member of our staff was involved. We only test third, fourth, and fifth, but we don't need to forget about kindergarten, first, and second. They're the foundation. As a matter of fact, I'll just take a moment to say this. If we can't get kids on track in K1 and 2, they're going to struggle forever, and we need to make sure that we do that. Urgency. We went to work the day that I got the word. It was during the snow when I got the word last year. If you remember last year, we were under a blanket of snow about this time. And that evening, I contacted special education teachers and their regular education co-teachers. I said, I want you to look at your kids tomorrow, get together virtually, and talk about what we can do to make things better for them. They didn't know we were on the list, but I made an assignment for them right away. And we started working on that right away, even before we came back to the building. Specifically, we modified our approach to co-teaching. We did some PL with that. We enhanced the rigor and resource in our small group classes. We raised the bar, the expectation level for them. We supported the staff with some very targeted professional learning, things that they needed, and we monitored our progress throughout the process. School and district personnel, people from the Department of Education, people from Pioneer RESA came into our classrooms. We actually watched the people teach, and then they offered feedback. They said, here, to the teachers, right? I mean, we basically sat down as a group and we said, this is what we saw that was good, this is what needs to improve, and we took that straight to the teachers, and they responded, and it's helped tremendously. Well, here's the most important facet of this whole thing. What's going to sustain that? What's going to help us continue to do this? Because it's not a one-year thing. It's not lose 20 pounds, satisfy the doctor, and go back doing what you're doing. This is sustained growth. We want to make that. So we've got to increase rigor and expectation. When that child walks in the door, kindergarten, pre-K, whatever, expectations have got to be set. Rigor has got to be set. And I know they're still children, but I've raised two myself, and I know from experience, if you expect that from them, they'll do. We've got to be accountable. Our staff has to be accountable. Our students have to be accountable. Everybody that's involved, all the stakeholders have to be accountable for that. We have to target professional learning, make sure that we've got the right professional learning that we need. Our particular thing was co-teaching. We needed to increase our prowess in co-teaching, and that's what we targeted. It may be something different in the future. We may get so much better at that, and we need to do something else, but that's what we have to do. We did some creative scheduling to give these folks time to be able to meet with each other and talk to each other. I don't know if you can quite understand what a co-teaching classroom looks like, because when most of us were in school, that didn't happen. So basically, a regular education teacher and a SPED teacher in class together, if they never get to talk outside class, it's going to be very difficult for them to build a relationship, to know what's going on with the kids, to plan together. We've rearranged our schedule in some ways to provide time for that for the kids without sacrificing instruction. So we haven't cut off any class time. We've just done some creative scheduling for that. Student ownership is huge. The kids have to buy in. Our kids bought in. I can't tell you how proud I am of our COVID group. We call them our COVID group because they were the kids that went home in kindergarten, and they were in 5th grade last year. This is those kids that did well. They did extremely well. Those kids went home kindergarten, as Dr. Ramsey already pointed out. The next year, you can call that school if you like, but it was very difficult. A lot of kids would go home 10, 15, 20 at a time, you know, for 10 days, 5 days, whatever. But those students, they took ownership in what they were doing, and they made us look really good. They moved forward. And teamwork. It's taken every stakeholder that we've got. We've started with the top. I've had support from the district. I'll call some people out. Lauren Payne has been great. Dr. Connie Huff, Lucas Roof, Heather Collis have all been wonderful from the district as far as being boots on the ground with us and helping. Everybody at the district level has supported us, but they've been right there side by side with us. Also, all the folks at the school, the community, I haven't had any feedback that was negative about anything that we've done. So I really appreciate the fact that we all work together. Our pioneer RISA, I know that we don't see them a lot. You probably don't even know who works there. But you may not even know who the guy is that is the head of that. But our pioneer RISA has been right with us side by side. So the teamwork has really paid off. And it is my pleasure to tell you that Blue Ridge Elementary is no longer on the TSI list, or as I call it. All right. With that, I'll let Ms. Payne say a few words if she'd like.
Good evening, board. There's really not much more that I could add to what Mr. Young mentioned. I do want to brag on Dr. Connie Huff because she really got the groundwork started and rolling, and my purpose and goal was just to keep it going once I stepped into the position that I'm in. But it's also very personal to me because I am a special education teacher. I've taught, co-taught classes. I have been a resource teacher. And so I've been in those shoes that those teachers are in. And to get that kind of news that they got, I wanted to ensure them that we're going to take ownership and we're going to move forward. What can we do to get better? And Mr. Young, he supported his staff in that process. And what we did a lot of the time was just behind the scenes, taking care of all the boxes that we had to check for the state. And my main purpose was just to support them through the process, to be an encouragement, and to also help them celebrate when we got that news that we were off that list. But I couldn't be more proud of our staff and of our students and everyone that just, as he already mentioned, jumped right in and helped out with the whole process.
Thank
Great.
you. Thank you both so much.
Great job. Thank you all for your work on that.
Yeah, I want to say something about this. I'm with y'all. I don't think people understand what a massive thing this is. So I love sports analogies. It would be like we all run a race of 1 mile, and your students with a disability are holding a 50-pound plate, and we're expecting the same thing out of them as everybody else. So the fact that we got in this hole and climbed out so fast shows just how much y'all did and what a phenomenal job your staff and your students did. So it's highly commendable. So congratulations. It's amazing.
Good job, guys. Good job. Yeah, I appreciate y'all.
Very proud of y'all. I'm very proud of the faculty and staff at Blue Ridge. I know how hard they worked. So, Mr. Chair, I would like to request executive session, please, for real estate, student information, personnel, and safety. And if you don't mind, I'd like to invite back Attorney Doss, Captain Couch, and Mr. Danner.
Yes.
Board, I need a motion to move into executive session.
I'll make that motion.
Thank you, sir. Do I have a second?
Second.
Have a second? Any discussion? All in favor by raised hand? It is unanimous.
Second.
Thank you, ma'am. Is there any discussion? No action was taken during the executive session. Can I have a show of hands to return? 2, 3, 4, 5. It is unanimous. I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Thank you.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. All in favor by raised hand. It is unanimous. We are adjourned.
See ya. Sorry.